that maybe haven't been here before, I'll start from the beginning. I won't take too long, but I think it's helpful to get some context as to why this referendum will be taking place in a couple of weeks, and then you will all be making the decision on what to do with it. I became involved with the town back in the early 1990s when annexation started occurring from west of the interstate over to Pleasant Prairie, and there began a series of litigations and court challenges and back and forth and thumbs in the eyes and all that good stuff. And we ended up with a settlement agreement that has held to the present day. And the settlement agreement encompassed a whole variety of things, including that certain parts, a couple of sections of the town would go to Pleasant Prairie. That Pleasant Prairie would then not go anywhere else in the town. We'd provide sewer and water to certain parts of the town. And then what's most important tonight is that they would not object if there was an incorporation of the western part of the township. And that agreement is, like good neighbors, sometimes you're a little more, you like each other a little bit more than others, but so far the agreement is held. And the decision was made a couple of years ago to move ahead with the incorporation of the town, in the western half of the town. And I'm not going to speak for the town board, but generally municipalities seek to go from town status to village or city status. It's for a couple of main reasons. One is to essentially control your own destiny through zoning. Towns do not have, except in rare circumstances, towns do not have zoning authority. Villages have their own zoning authority, can better control the growth and the development within their borders. The second reason is generally that there's a lot of economic development tools that are available to villages that are not available to towns. And I'm not saying that they're anything other than to provide a balanced growth so that you have more control, but then you also have some employment base as opposed to just residential. And many municipalities think it's good to have non-residential development because those businesses pay taxes like anyone else, but they don't send anybody else to school. And so the demand on services is somewhat less, yet the flow for income comes in that way. So the decision was made, and we moved ahead, and Renee was retained to do the financial analysis. We were retained to do sort of the legal work on it. And then a woman named Stephanie Allewalt had done the kind of the planning part of it, which is kind of one of the core functions. And we prepared a report that was then, a petition was circulated to become a village, and we submitted that to the State Department of Administration, which blesses that petition and sends it to a referendum for the people to ultimately decide. We prepared a report that showed why there should be village status for the western half of the town, and the state of Wisconsin earlier this year said that it was too much undeveloped land, that they felt that the southern part of what we had proposed was more rural than urban in character, and so send it back for further proceedings. And so we worked with them to define an area that actually met their criteria for what was a more urbanized area. There's internal cohesion, there's provision of municipal services, there's good transportation links, there's a balanced economy, that sort of thing. And so we redid the petition, resubmitted everything. You're not going to hear me say this too often, but the state was very nice about it, all things considered. They waived the filing fee the second time around. They did expedite the consideration of it and blessed the petition that was filed. And I want to recognize Mike Farrell, who did can I say yeoman's work on this, to get the signatures on the petition to move it along. So the state of Wisconsin in early September approved the petition as filed, and when I say approved, it means that it goes to the next step, which is the next step is to let the people in the proposed village decide to vote yes or no. It's a very simple proceeding, and that'll be happening a week from Tuesday, November the 3rd. And there's 2 polling places, and Randy can probably better describe exactly where they're located. I know one of them is here, so I can describe that place. I think the other one's the senior center.
The senior center.
Senior center, yeah. It's a little bit